Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to do a color block. I posted this manicure super late last night, and I have some people asking me how I did my color block and how I kept my lines kind of straight. They're not like super straight, but they're okay. Anyway, so I don't have a color block tutorial, so I figure, I'll make one and show you how I did that. So I had all of my nails done, including this one. That one was the blue one, and I just popped it off. It's right here. And I popped it off because I'm going to be doing the color block on this nail. And talking about pop off, I have a tutorial showing you how I apply my peel base and how I pop off my nails. So I will leave that up in the cards for you so you can check it out. So right now I have, I think Builder Gel as a base. I always keep a base down and then I dip on top of that. And then I also have peel base right here. I have one layer of peel base, and again, you can go ahead and watch my peel base video. And then on top of that peel base, I have one layer of my base, dip liquids. These are dip liquids. One layer of base, because peel base makes your dip base dry faster. So every time I use peel base, I like to apply one layer of base and let it dry before I start dipping my nails. I'm gonna go ahead and use my new colors. It's the new trio that just released today or super late last night. This is so gorgeous, you guys. I am like obsessed with these nails. They're so pretty. The colors are so beautiful. I don't even know if like the camera can really capture the colors, but also they glow. All three of them glow in the dark. They are so cool. I will leave a picture at the end of the videos and so you can see the pretty glow. So this is the trio, the new trio. It is called Coral Reef Habitat. So this one is coral. Oh my God, these are new. I'm forgetting the names. This is electric coral. And this one is underwater ecosystem. And this one is snorkeling. Yeah, I think those are the names. Are they? Yes, yeah, those are the names. You can find these colors on the website, all my deep liquids and all my Adrada, wonderful things on the website. Okay, so I like to put my powders in cupcake liners because my nails are long, and so I get just more room to work with. So that's what I like to do. So I'm going to put that aside for a moment. For today's color block, I'm going to be using tape, okay? So I got this tape. I bought it on Amazon, and I will leave the link in the description box so you can, go check it out. But I use tape for that color block. Sometimes I do like a free hand color block. But for that one, I use tape, and so that's what I'm gonna do here. Another thing, when I do color blocks, I like to dip my nail into clear first, and you will see why. So I'm gonna go ahead and start dipping, and I will start with my clear. Okay, now I am going to activate that, and you might be asking, why is she doing that? Why? Well, I will tell you why in just a moment. Okay, here's my activator. I'm going to apply it. I like to apply a good amount of activator because I want to make sure that it's going to go all the way through. I like to do it twice. That's just what I do. It's not really going to take that long to dry because it's only one layer of clear. So it's going to dry quickly. So I am going to let that dry, and then I will start with the color block. Okay, I waited for a little bit and that is dry. Now I am going to wipe it with alcohol because I want to remove the extra activator that's on it. I'm going to be using my base, so I definitely do not want to contaminate my my base liquid or my brush, anything like that. All right. So now that is nice and clean and it has no activator, I'm going to get my tape and I'm going to take a little piece of it and I'm going to cut it just a little bit, and I am going to be placing it on my nail, and I want to divide it into like 3, so I don't know, I have to kind of like eyeball it and see where is it that I need to put it. But I think probably maybe right here should be good. I'm gonna try to get it straight. Sometimes it's crooked. Many times it's crooked. But just try to get it as straight as possible and make sure that you kind of press your sides, kind of pull your skin back a little bit and really put pressure on the side so you cover your side walls really well, so the liquid doesn't kind of leak underneath that tape on the sides. Now I'm gonna grab a second piece of tape, and the reason why I like doing this is because in the past I have used only one piece of tape, and at the time that I go to remove it, it rips or it gets stuck underneath my dip, and so I like to use 2. This is just my preference. You don't have to do it. This is just what I do, and it just works for me. So I'm making sure that I'm putting good pressure on it, and just to make sure it's covering everything, and this is good. Now I am going to be bringing my blue color, which is snorkeling, and then I'm going to grab my base as well, and I am going to hang on. I think I'm going to pour my powder over instead of dipping, and see how that goes. You can dip as normal or just whatever. I'm just gonna pour my powder this time. So I'm gonna grab some liquid. Just a second, let me get this little bottle so I can put my finger on it, just for I need more stability. Okay. So I am going to apply my base, and I'm not going to grab a whole lot of liquid, because I do not want to flood my cuticle. So I'm going to go sideways, kind of like along the tape, and I just want to cover that part first, and then I'm going to kind of, go towards the cuticle and get some of the base in that area, and then I'm gonna go ahead and pour over my powder. Every time you pour over, your application is thinner, so you might need to do more layers if you're doing a pour over. We'll see how that goes. Okay, let me check my cuticles. Everything is okay. I didn't touch my skin at all. All right, that is good. Let me just make sure my tape is good. That's fine. Okay, I'm gonna wait for a little bit so I can dust off the excess powder. I don't want to do it too soon and ruin my application. I think I'm good now, so I'm going to clean it, and I'm going to get my bottle back and grab my base and go over and do a second layer. And I'm gonna go sideways again, and I'm gonna start right there where the tape is. Okay, and I'm gonna try to get, really close to my side walls without touching my skin. I just kind of like to pull my skin back a little bit, and then now I am going to apply it normally, like I normally do, and just be careful, being very careful that I do not touch my cuticle. And I also do not want to put a whole bunch of liquid on top of the tape. So I'm going to go ahead and just lay my finger flat on the powder this time, just because I feel like that gives me more coverage. Let me grab my little dotting tool and clean up right here around the cuticle, just to, make that cuticle line nice and crisp. That's a really good trick that you can do for your depowder application. And I'm going to wait just a little bit before I dust off my excess powder. I'm going to grab a cuticle pusher, and I'm going to use this side of the cuticle pusher, and I'm going to kind of like cut, but not really. I guess, yes, kind of like create a cut in between my dip powder and the tape, or not a cut, but just a line. I'm not putting a whole bunch of pressure because I don't want to hurt myself, and I do have the powder there, and that is exactly why you want to dip your nail into clear first. Okay, it's just a trick that I do for my color blocks, just so I can do this little process here. So that kind of helps separate my dip powder and my tape, and it just makes it easier when I have to remove the tape later on. Okay, I am going to grab my bottle again and get some base, and I'm going to be doing a third layer. So let me just make sure I have enough liquid. I'm going to start applying it like I normally do, like from my cuticle, and going towards my tape area, I guess, or towards the tape. I gotta grab a little bit more. I didn't have enough. Okay, I'm gonna cover my side walls really, really well, and I'm gonna stop right there where the tape starts. And my liquid is going to pull, it's going to be like bulky right there by the tape. And that's okay. So I am going to lay my fingernail flat again on the powder. And yeah, it looks a little bulky there, but it's okay. Let me just make sure. And just check my cuticles here, clean it up just a little bit, make sure my lines are nice. And so anyway, it could be bulky right here in this area, but that's okay. We're gonna be filing, and so that will be gone. So I'm gonna go over again with my cuticle pusher, cutter, or whatever that is. And I'm going to just put a little pressure there to separate into the powder from the tape, and so I can create a little line right there like I told you before. Okay, that is looking good. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, let me I think I'm gonna do a fourth layer. So I'm gonna dust off my powder. And again, it's a little thicker there, but that's okay. No worries. Don't freak out. Trust the process. Okay? Trust the process. Okay. I'm going to go in with my fourth layer. And I'm going to make sure I don't have a whole bunch of liquid. Okay. Here we go. I think I'm running out of liquid. I think I need a new bottle. Okay. So I'm going to do this again. Making sure that I cover every little, part of my nail right here, without touching my skin, of course. That's not a nice feeling when you touch your skin with base. When it dries, it feels kind of weird. I don't like that feeling. It's weird. All right. Now I'm gonna lay my fingernail flat on the powder. There we go. Then tap the excess powder off. I missed a little spot right here. Okay, this is good. Okay, that looks good. All right. So I'm gonna do the exact same thing with the cuticle pusher. I'm going to create that little line, and this is like a guide. It kind of just helps me see, where my line is, and it also helps me kind of, get that line straight a little bit. It's just I don't know. I feel like it's helpful when I do this. You do not have to do it. Remember, everybody, we all do things differently, and this is just the way I do it, the way I like it. It works for me, so you're welcome to try it. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and dust off my powder very well, and then I'm gonna pull off this tape very carefully. I do not want to, make a mess or ruined anything. So there it is. That's what it looks like. It's pretty straight, that line. It's not perfect, but that is definitely a start. Now I'm going to take that same cuticle pusher, and I'm going to kind of just push the powder a little bit, kind of like just put a little pressure, just to, make everything a little bit more flat, just to kind of help that line be a little bit more sharp. There you go. That's what it looks like. Now I am going to be bringing my other color, and I'm going to be doing the same thing. I'm going to take my tape, and I'm going to cut a small piece. It doesn't have to be big, I guess it just depends on, how big your nail beds are. But I just, I make sure that it goes across completely. And this one I'm going to cut in half, just because now I have less space to work with. So I just want that tape to be a little bit, thinner. Because I'm going to put it like in the middle, just to, where the glitter is supposed to go. And I am just trying to kind of, eyeball my spaces here, to kind of just make it look like all of them are the same width. So I know some people just like to measure, just to make sure everything, it's all the same. But I don't know. I did it. I usually do that. Like, I measure because I'm a little bit OCD. But this time I just, I'm keeping it easy, and I'm just placing my tape just whatever I think it should go. Now I'm making sure that I am putting pressure on it, just so it's nice and flat, and that's good. I think that's, the spaces are kind of looking, similar. I'm going to get these scissors away, and I'm going to bring in my powder, my dip base, and I'm going to be doing the exact same thing that I did with my blue color, but this time, it's my tip area, which is going to be easier because, of course, every time you're doing, things by the cuticle, it could get a little bit complicated just because, you worry that you are going to touch your skin and blah, 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 and all of those things. I love this color. This is such a beautiful color. So I just did my very first dip, and I'm going to brush off the excess powder. I'm going to go in with a second layer. And I just decided to not do the pour over method. I'm just laying my fingernail flat on the powder. I don't know. I just change things all the time. But anyway, I'm going to go and get super close to this tape. And I'm going to make sure that I'm not going to apply liquid on top of the tape. Just because, that really will make that tape stick a lot more. It will be more difficult to kind of like remove it. So there it is. That's what it looks like. I'm going to bring in my bottle and my cuticle pusher, and I'm going to create the line that we were talking about before when I was doing the blue color. So, everything I'm doing right here is just the same thing I did before. So I'm just putting a little pressure and just creating that little line there. And I find it to be super, super helpful for me. If you, I know it could look a little scary, like, what are you doing to your nail? You're poking yourself. But no, not really. That's why I put clear underneath it, and that's why I activate it, so that clear is, hard. And so when I do this pushing and these, little things with my cuticle pusher, it doesn't cause any damage at all. So I'm going to get some more base, and I am going to do my third layer. I'm going to go sideways along my tape. Sometimes that's really helpful, like when you go sideways, just because, your brush just kind of helps create that line a little bit better. And let me make sure I'm covering the free edge and everything. Okay, I'm going to lay my fingernail flat on the powder and tap off the excess powder. Let me just dip it a little bit more. Okay, that looks good. All right, once again, I am going to create that little line with my cuticle pusher. Don't wait too long to do this, because then, your powder is going to get hard. You should do this like right after you dip your nail, so, your powder is still soft, so you're able to create that little line there. But that's what it looks like. And I don't know, should I do a fourth layer? The coverage looks pretty good. I don't know. Decisions. What do I do? let me just dust off some of that powder. And I don't know, what should I do? I think I'm good. I think I'm good with 3 layers. So I am going to pull off or remove the tape here in this area. And that is what it looks like. That looks pretty good. I have like leftover tape. Not tape, but kind of like glue from that tape. I don't know. It might be even, I think it might be like from the tape and the tip base. I don't know. But whatever it is, I'm just trying to remove it a little bit, kind of like scrape it off. And once again, that clear that I have there first is just amazing, because it allows me to do all of these stuff around my nail, and my nail is gonna be just fine. So I'm just kind of try to clean up, a little bit this line. I'm gonna push the powder a little bit as well right here, and I just don't know why I ended up with this glue thing here. That's weird. That didn't happen to my other nail. Every time I make a tutorial, it's just like it doesn't turn out like the one that I did before, and I don't know why. It's just like weird. But I'm gonna put some pressure on this the powder here, the coral color, just to kind of make that line a little bit more straight and crisp. Now I am going to take my skinny file, and I am going to just file the edges of the powder here. That's gonna help me make the line even more straight. Just it will help me make it look a little bit more crisp. I'm not filing like super hard, because this is not like super thick. It's thin, so I'm gonna do it to both sides. This is one of the things that really helps me get my lines super straight, looking the best. So I'm gonna continue filing, and I will let you watch. Okay, now I'm going to continue with the middle. I'm going to do the glitter. So I'm going to get that. It's a beautiful glitter, just gorgeous. I'm going to get my bottle here so I can get more stability. I'm going to take my base, and I think I'm going to do 2 layers. That glitter has pretty good coverage. So I'm going to apply it sideways, and I'm not going to start like right on the sidewall. I'm going to put it in the middle first, and then I will move towards my sidewalls. But it's really the easiest way that you can apply your liquid here in the middle, just doing it sideways. Otherwise you're going to get liquid like on top of your color, and you don't want to do that. So I'm going to lay my finger flat on the powder. That is the best way for you to get really good coverage when you are dipping into glitters. And then I am going to just put pressure with my finger and make this glitter flat. I usually use a baggie, but I don't have it. You know what? Let me go get it real quick. Okay, I'm back. Here's my baggie. Now I'm going to put pressure on my glitter just to make sure everything is nice and flat. This is a really cool trick also that you can do when you're dipping with glitters, especially chunky glitters. Okay, now I'm going to take my brush, and I am going to dust off the excess glitter. And that is what it looks like. That is such a beautiful glitter. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to do a second layer And so I'm gonna be applying my base, and I'm gonna make sure that I have enough, liquid, just so I can get, all of those glitters and the chunky glitters to, stick really well to my base. So I'm gonna go sideways again, and I'm gonna make sure that I am covering my side walls very well. I need to grab just a little bit more liquid here. Okay, I just want it to be just more than enough. Like I said, so I can pick up a lot of those glitters a little bit better. Okay, now I am going to put my finger flat on that glitter. And okay, let's see here. I'm gonna tap off the excess glitter, and I'm gonna grab my baggie now, and I am going to press a little bit and make those little glitters that are sticking up. I'm gonna make them flat, lay flat. Make sure you guys, get yourselves a little baggie when you're applying glitters. It's really, really helpful. It will make your application look way, way better, way better. So I'm just making sure I'm getting the sides and, everywhere. And let me just check right here. Okay, well, that looks good. I'm going to dust off some of the glitters that kind of got on the blue and the coral, my sides a little bit. Now I am going to encapsulate the glitter with clear. So here's my clear, and this clear is amazing, you guys. If you haven't tried that yet, please do, because it's truly, truly clear. So I'm going to grab some of my base, and I'm going to apply it just on top of the clear, not the solid colors. I'm sorry, just on top of the glitter, not the solid colors. I'm going to make sure I cover all my, my sides very well. And if you get liquid on the, a little bit on the, the solid colors, it's okay. It's just clear, so it's not like it's going to hurt anything. So there it is. That should be good. I am going to dust off the excess clear that I have. And now I'm going to be doing a clear, in the entire nail. I'm going to be covering or encapsulating the entire nail. So I'm going to just grab this bottle here again. It just kind of helps me, with just stability a little bit. So I'm going to start just, right at the cuticle. And I got to grab just a little bit more. And I'm going to make sure that I have, when I apply clear, I like to put down a lot of liquid and just, let that really, grab a lot of the powder so it can soak in. I like to make it thick. I like to make my clear encapsulation thick, just because, that gives me a little bit more room for filing, so that way I'm able to file, and I won't be filing the color, if that makes sense, because some of the colors, when you file them, they kind of look like, like a marble, effect. And so you just really want to cover your colors with clear to protect them. That way you can file without any problems, and just, it's just a good thing to do to encapsulate your colors. All right, I'm going to let that clear kind of just soak into the liquid a I think it's looking pretty good. It's a little thick, but that's okay. You know, I'm going to file, so that's no big deal. All right, I am done with my clear. Now let me just clean this powder a little bit, and I am going to dust off the extra clear that I have on top of my nail. And let's just put this away. It's kind of dusty. I'm going to put my base away as well, and I am going to be bringing my activator now. Okay, and I am going to be very, very generous with my activator because, you know, I have a lot of layers, and especially my very last layer of clear was very thick. So I am going to literally just like soak this nail with activator. I usually do it 2 times, but because, you know, this nail is kind of thick, I'm just gonna just like put, you know, more more activator. That way I make sure it's gonna go all the way in and penetrate all the layers. So I am going to let that dry, and I will be back. Okay, I think that is dry. It has that clicking sound. So it looks super thick right now, but that is okay. Do not worry, we are going to file, and it's gonna look a lot better. So I'm gonna go ahead and file and shape my nail. I do have a tutorial where I show you how I file and shape my nails, and I will leave that up in the cards for you so you can check it out as well. Okay, I shaped my nail, and that is what it looks like. I think this one turned out better, the lines. I don't know why, it just always happens when I make a tutorial. You know, it just doesn't turn out as good as the other one. I don't know why. Murphy. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and activate this nail, and I will be letting it dry for 2 minutes, and then I will do my top coat. Okay, that is dry. 2 minutes just passed. I am going to wipe this off with paper towel, all of the activator that's left. I like to wipe it really good, guys, because I do not want to contaminate my liquid. I do not want to ruin my brush. Every time that your top coat or your base has or comes in contact with your activator, it gets ruined. It will get hard, and that's not good. So make sure that you wipe super well. I'm wiping my skin as well. Not that I'm going to put top coat on my skin, but you know, just making sure. Okay, I'm gonna get my top coat, and I'm gonna do my first layer. Let that dry just a little bit. When you see that the first layer of your top coat you know, has like little ridges, then it's time for your second coat of top coat. So I'm gonna get my top coat. All right, so I'm going to let that dry, and that's it, you guys. This is how I do a color block using tape. You know, it's I think it's just easier when you use tape, you know. I don't know, I think you can get your lines a little bit straighter when you use tape. Remember my little trick: dip into clear first, activate that clear, wipe off the activator, and then go ahead when you're and start your color blocking. That way you can file those lines without hurting your natural nail or peel base or whatever you have underneath. So that is it for today. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a like. That helps a whole bunch. If you have any questions, just please leave them in the comments below, and I will get to those as soon as I can. And what else? I will post a picture at the end of the video so you can see the whole mani. Well, that nail is going to be different, but anyway, you will see the beautiful glow of these colors. And that's it, you guys. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye.